Happy holidays, Merry almost Christmas, and of course, as always, Happy Wednesday. So today we are talking about something that would be a perfect Christmas present for me, and that is referrals. But wait, because I know what you guys are thinking. This is self-serving. I'm going to hate it. I'm just not going to finish watching this. But hear me out, because this is not just for me. It is for you. And here's why. So, as with any profession, there are things that we kind of view as common sense because we're used to them. But if you're not in that profession, then there are things that you just don't know, and that's normal and that's okay. And some of those things are answers to questions like, I'm selling for sale by owner, but I have some questions. Can you call me? When should I start looking for a real estate agent? What about a lender? Who do I contact first? When is the best time to buy or sell? What areas do you service? If I'm outside of those areas, can you still help? I'm under contract and I have this question. Can I call you? All of these come so often. Y'all have no idea. And I love it. I love it because you guys are engaged, right? What I don't love is that people don't already know this stuff. So I'm going to break it down a little bit. First thing, for sale by owners, I do love y'all. I do. I promise. A lot of agents don't. A lot of agents see you as a lead source, right? They're going to call you. You're going to get more calls from agents than you are from buyers. Ironically, that's one of the reasons I say to use an agent because some of us suck, if we're just being completely honest. Some people don't do their job well. Some people are extremely aggressive. Some are both. We hate that combination more than anything, but they're out there and they will call you the second your house hits Zillow, and they won't stop, even when it's under contract. Because guess what? Zillow doesn't like to update very frequently. So weeks after it's under contract, they will keep calling you. And it's awful. But also, they don't love you because they feel like they should be doing it for you and getting paid. But more importantly, a lot of times people have questions and they want to basically have an agent they're not paying for. And that's really not cool. As with any profession, you wouldn't expect someone to do their job and not get paid for it, right? Having said that, we are not all like that. Please don't hate me just because I'm a realtor. It happens. People just won't answer my phone calls. I'm required by law to explain who I am, and I don't get a call back. Sometimes I can't show a for sale by owner until my client calls them. And that's just not how it should be. We're trying to get your house sold. So work with me. If you are for sale by owner, you're looking at selling yourself, or even if you're looking at buying yourself, that's less common. But either way, and you don't feel like you need full agency, but you have a question, please bring it on, please. If something looks fishy, I want to look at it. If you just have a quick question, I want to help. If you need a ton of help, then we may have a conversation of like, do you really need more than you think you need? But 9 times out of 10, it's a quick question. It's a 5-minute conversation. You have your answer. I go about my day unbothered and we're good. So that's totally fine. So know that I can help you even if you aren't using me as your realtor. What I would like from you then would be, if I've helped you, please remember that, because I don't get paid unless something closes. So if you are not closing something with me as your agent, I worked for free to help you. And that's okay. That's part of it. But then keep me in mind when you hear of someone who does need an agent and you think could benefit from the service I provide. Obviously, provided you feel like I did a good job, because that's important. I don't refer anyone I don't think is fabulous, and I don't want you to do that either. Leading into referrals, whether it is from an agent or just someone I know, I found a lot of times people just don't know how to connect people. And so for me, the easiest thing is I always, always, always want that person's information. When I was a new agent, I would be so frustrated with agents who didn't pick up my phone call. And I would sit there and I would go, wow, you must really not want to make money if you can't even pick up your phone. But let me tell you, now that I've been doing this long enough, there are about 12,000 reasons that I didn't pick up my phone. I have 4 kids. It could be a family thing. I never have just one client. It could be I'm with another client. Or it could be the fact that I have about 20 different spam calls a day minimum. Not exaggerating, at least 20 every single day. If I go through my missed calls, all this red, spam calls, all of it. They weren't answered because they're crap and I don't want to talk to them. So if I didn't answer, it's because I don't know the number. And I figure if it's important, they're going to leave me a voicemail or they're going to text me, especially now. What I don't want to happen is for you to give me to your sweet grandma who needs help, and she calls me from her landline and I don't answer. And then she goes, oh my gosh, she didn't answer me. She doesn't have time for me. I'll need to find someone who does. Please don't do that. I always have time. Y'all know me. If I don't have time, I'm going to figure out how to make time. It's probably a sickness, but I will. So I ask that you provide me their information. And that's not so I can bug them before they're ready. It's just so I know who they are when they call. I will go ahead and reach out first just so that they know I'm available and able to help them. If there's times I'm not available, I'll give that heads up, and we'll schedule a time to talk. What I like even better is if you share our information with each other and then you put us in a group text chat. And then you can see when I reply, you know that I've reached out. You know that we've connected. Everyone has the correct number for everyone else. And you can chill because we got it handled. So please help me with that. The other thing is all these other questions. I'm running down the list. I know it's a lot. So most of you know, if you don't, I'll reiterate, I'm licensed in Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama. I can help technically anywhere in any of those 3 states. But sorry, movement. You know how it is, kids. But while I can legally assist you, I'm practically only going to do where I know that I will do a good job. So I really do about a 2-hour radius around Chattanooga. I do live in North Georgia, just over the line. So if it is a little bit further south, might do it. It just depends on the area and how well I know it. I will never sell a house in Memphis, Tennessee, at least not anytime soon, because I've never been to Memphis and I don't know anything about it. And that's just not good service. What I will do is connect you to a realtor friend and partner there who I have thoroughly vetted, and I know that they know what they're doing. I'll get you in good hands. There, that was weird. Oh, can you guys hear me? I can hear me. Cool. Glitches are weird. But yeah, so I can get you connected with someone that I know who will do a great job. So short answer to the question of where can I help you? Literally anywhere in the world. If I can't do it, I know someone who can. I can help you. Full transparency, if it is to another licensed agent from me, I do get a very small financial gain from that. So thank you. But more importantly, you're not just sifting through who pays Google the most or who pays Zillow the most. It's someone that has been vetted by a professional that I hope at this point you trust. If you're reaching out for advice from me, then I hope that I've already earned that from you. If not, I look forward to doing so. But yeah, so that makes it super easy. Other questions I get is, do I get anything for referring my friend to you? It depends. If you are a licensed real estate agent, I can pay your broker a referral and your broker can give that to you. If you are not a licensed real estate professional, then no, it is illegal. I cannot give you any sort of referral. I can't give you kickback. I cannot. What I can do is get you a gift to say thank you. And that's what I do. I do not do a pay to play sort of thing. So I'm not going to buy your business. I want you to refer to me because you know that I'm going to do a good job. But having said that, I do want you to know that I appreciate you. So we always work something out, but no, I cannot pay your referral fee. That is literally illegal. As far as when you should start looking for a realtor or lender, personally, I recommend both around the same time. Generally, people find a realtor first, and that's for a couple of different reasons. First one is I really think that people just think that lenders are scary. They don't want to look at the numbers. The numbers are not the fun part. The numbers are how much money you're going to have to give up, right? The fun part is the houses. I get to do the fun part. So you want to talk to me. But I also prefer if someone comes to me for a lender, so I can figure out what you're going to need. Different lenders have different programs. Sometimes I talk to someone and they're like, I want to get some land and put a mobile home in it. Cool. Well, then 90% of lenders out there aren't going to be able to help you. I also want to make sure you understand that process. Whole different rabbit hole we can go down on that one. But depending on your needs, if it's a farm, that lends differently. Maybe you want tiny homes, a barn dominium. All of these things are like new weird stuff lending hasn't really caught up with yet, or they're just outliers and it's not going to be your typical mortgage loan officer helping with that. So we want to make sure that we're getting you with someone who can actually help what you're looking for. Commercial and residential are different. So that's the main reason I suggest you reach out to an agent first. The other thing is that while many agents are against it, I am not against daydreaming. I will show you a house before you're pre-approved. We're not looking at 20 if you can't buy them yet, but I do want you to see what you can get for your money and really, really determine how much you need to spend to get what you're looking for. And sometimes that's, what am I willing to live without because I don't want that payment, or this is so much better. Am I willing to spend more on it? And you can kind of gauge where you want your loan to be based on what you're seeing out in the world. So that always plays a role in it too. And then also we may need to connect you with other people as well. So when you reach out to me, we'll talk briefly about what you're looking for, get you connected with the lender early, and we're going to see where you're sitting. So if you need to work on credit, we'll get that going. If you need to restructure how you do your taxes or how your employment is set up, we can look at all of that. I really, really hate it when people wait until they think they're ready and then they're not. It kills me. It's very sad. I've had that happen about 5 times this month with people I know, where, they've been considering it for a year or two, but just now reached out when they thought they were ready and they're not for whatever reason. It may be credit, it may be income, it may be debt. One of them, as far as I know, everything's good. It's just the way that their employment is set up makes a loan difficult. So they're waiting until they transition to something that's a little bit easier to lend on. But there can be a number of reasons where you're not ready when you think you are. So please, 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 please start early. I do not mind to put in the work years before I'm ever going to see a payoff from it. That's what we're here for. We're here to help. But yeah, so biggest things are I want the information so I can reach out, and I want you to reach out early. And then from there, everything else we can kind of work out. I know there's a lot that I'm missing, but I think all of our brains are fried this time of year. I still have a number of contracts rolling that I'm trying to keep up with and make sure we're smooth to close around the holidays. So I'm going to leave it at this. If you guys have questions on referrals or things with yourself, someone when to reach out, what questions are normal. I do have a packet for sale by owners. I have packets for first-time home buyers. I have packets for sellers. If I don't have one done, it's in the works. So I'm always looking to improve my service I provide, and just give you everything I can up front so that you don't have a million questions. You know what's ahead. So start early, start with me, hopefully. And I hope you all have wonderful holidays, and I'll talk to you next week.